I have been wanting to do that. Well, I've done this rant before on my old YouTube account, and I can't really access it. So, starting a new YouTube account. This rant is about feminism. Now, I used to be a feminist. I stopped being a feminist 2.5 years ago, and 2 years ago, I became a men's rights advocate. Nowadays, I frequently visit the website avoiceformen.com. You should check it out. Uh, well, let me start by why I became a feminist, and then I'll get to why I stopped being a feminist and why I started becoming a men's rights advocate, etc. Now, I became a feminist because in late 2013, I became a victim. Well, I didn't become one. I I was a victim of domestic violence. It was a 5-year relationship, very pain in the ass. And the first year was great. The second year, and 2.5 years into the relationship, he shook his fist at me and said, "You shut up." And eventually, he ended up actually hitting me and suffocating me with a pillow, etc. It's a very, very scary relationship. Well, October 3rd, 2013, I left that relationship and, started a new chapter in my life. And one of the things that helped me cope with the trauma that I experienced was feminism. Like, yes, it sort of helped me cope with, the PTSD I was dealing with. So, yeah. And, but the reason why I stopped being a feminist was because I realized how hypocritical it was. Now, during my times of being a feminist, I was a feminist from October 2013 to July 2015. So, about a year and a half to 2 years, I was in marches such as the Slut Walk, 2014, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I went to lectures. I went to everydayfeminism.com. I even had my own feminist blog. I went to Women's Rights News website. All I ever talked about was women's rights and how us women are oppressed. I was one of those women who complained about the patriarchy and rape culture. Yes, I used to think that rape culture existed. So, whatever. Now, I stopped being a feminist because I realized that I was different from the rest of the feminists. I seemed to be the only modern day feminist that didn't want special treatment. If I hit a man, I expect to be hit back. I was, if I hit a man, I expect to be hit back. And I didn't accuse everybody of being a misogynist. I didn't accuse everybody of being a sexist, but all the other feminists I was talking to were. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's I don't know. I mean, I felt like I was one of the only feminists that, used the words patriarchy sparingly. All the other feminists I was around would say it like a fucking comma. Like, well, not most of them. Like, I've met feminists that use like a comma, and I use that word, but kind of more rarely than the other ones. And I didn't have the woe is me attitude. I was like, okay, well, I don't know. I just kind of went with it. And I don't know. I've been to many feminist marches and lectures and protests, and it seemed to me like these feminists would fuel the hate for men so that young and naive women would run into the arms of feminism. And I was one of those young and naive women that ran to the arms of feminists because it helped me cope. So, I mean, yes, they helped me cope at the moment, but I just, I don't know. It's, I mean, it's, it's hard to describe. Whatever. Anyway, so that's why stopping a feminist, I realized that I wasn't. I called myself a feminist all that time because I thought I was, but modern feminism is not about equality. It's about getting special treatment just because we have a vagina. Okay, you gotta pay for us on every date because I'm a lady. You better treat me like one. Um, you should never make a woman pay on the date or blah blah blah. That is complete bullcrap. I am an equal opportunity kind of woman. I will I will offer to go Dutch on our first date. And men have actually looked at me kind of like confused, like, holy shit. Like, I don't know, kind of give me the look like they never seen that before. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one that does that, but whatever. Um, Now, the reason why I became a men's rights advocate, that is what I really want to talk about. Men are Men need to be treated like an equal, and I hate to say it, but the law doesn't treat them like an equal. Domestic violence, for example. A woman could beat up her husband, just smack him around and treat him like he's her little bitch or something, and she could just bruise him from head to toe. If he hits her back in self-defense, if he hits her back in self-defense, he's arrested, even if he's defending himself. I mean, all this, you should never hit a woman, no matter what the circumstances. Look, there are times where men are assholes for hitting a woman. Like, let's say she cheated on him and then he beat her. That's not okay. You should just leave her. Yes, I know. Cheaters are bitches, I know. But, I mean, it's not okay to hit your lover. But if this person hits you first, I don't care if she's a woman. I don't care if she's a woman. Just because she's a woman, it doesn't mean that she can just beat on a guy and not get hit back in self-defense. That doesn't make any sense to me. And here's another reason why I'm a men's rights advocate. Alimony. Now, divorce is hard as it is, but a guy has to apparently sign his life away. Like, apparently when a guy gets married, he's being forced to bet half of his assets that he's going to stay with her no matter what. Now, the thing is, I don't believe in alimony. I think that alimony is bullcrap. Even if the woman is the one that caused the divorce, like let's say he was good to her and she had an affair and was fucking the pool boy or something, and she's like, you know what, I want a divorce because I love this guy now. It's obviously her fault. It's obviously her fault that they're having a divorce, because not only was she fucking around, even though he was being good to her, she decided to have a divorce. Guess what? She gets half of everything, even though she's the one that fucked up the marriage. So that's why I don't believe in alimony. I believe that alimony is complete bullcrap. Child support is a little bit different. I mean, if you helped make this kid, you should have to be financially responsible for the kid as well. Just because you're not together doesn't mean you can't be a dad. But child support, those laws still are kind of flawed. There have been DNA tests proving he is not the father. There have been DNA tests proving that the guy that has been raising this kid wasn't the father. Well, it's in the kid's best interest to have you pay for someone else's kid. First of all, the mom should have thought of the kid's best interest. If she's gonna fuck around, obviously she was thinking with her vagina and not with her brain, not with her heart. So Nobody should be forced against their will to take care of someone else's kid. That is bullshit. That is complete bullshit. Yes, it's in the kid's best interest. Maybe it's the kid's best interest to not be lied to about who the dad is. It's also the kid's best interest to not. Okay, this is another reason why I'm a men's rights advocate. Circumcision. Now, circumcision is wrong. Okay? It's wrong, period. Nobody should have the. I mean, it's not okay to chop off part of an infant's penis. That is just fucking ridiculous. That is just not. How could anybody call that humane? How is that humane? Mothers have been doing this kind of stuff without the father's consent. Now, he is not your kid. He's both of your kids. You made this kid together. So therefore, you both should make the decisions. It can't just be you saying, okay, this is how it's going to be done. No, you need to treat your man like a fucking equal. Okay? You need to treat your man like an equal. Let him have some say in the decisions, okay? There are mothers out there who are doing this kind of stuff without the dad's consent. Yes, you're his mom, but maybe the husband should have half of the say in what goes on. This is the kid. I mean, either way, I honestly think it's inhumane. Okay? A lot of people do it for like cultural reasons or something, like Judaism or something, and hopefully I didn't offend anybody. I'm not saying anything bad about anyone's culture or anything. It's just, I don't know. It's chopping. I'm sorry. If I ever have a kid and this kid if I ever have a kid and this kid is a boy, I'm going to respect this kid and I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to just take him to some person and have him snip off part of his penis. That is not okay. Now, here's another reason why I stopped being a feminist. Now, birth control. Now, I don't have a problem with, you could do whatever you want. My body, my choice. Well, it's your financial responsibility too. It is up to us as adults, as grown-ass women, to take care of ourselves also financially. That doesn't mean leech off the taxpayers, force them against their will to throw all their assets at you so that you can... No. I would say something like, no, our tax dollars shouldn't go to abortion. Our tax dollars should not go to your birth control. If I say something like that, I'm usually being told, don't tell me what to do with my body. Don't try to take away my rights. You could do whatever you want with your body, okay? You could do whatever you want with your body. I'm not telling you not to use birth control. You could do whatever you want. I really don't give a shit. But don't force me to pay for it. Okay? That is bullcrap. Let's see. Another reason. God, the list can go on. Okay. I know that I already passed that part where I stopped being a feminist and I was going to whereas... Now, I'm going to close this video by saying, us women, we are not oppressed, okay? We are not oppressed. Being a woman is actually kind of nice. Being a woman is actually kind of nice. It's actually something that I honestly like. We're not oppressed if we're homemakers, as long as we're not being forced to. Like, let's say our husbands are not letting us get a job. Yeah, that's not okay. But I just think that old wave feminism, it's that's it's not the same as what's going on now. I mean, growing up, I read history books about Susan B. Anthony and many, many, many other brave ass people, some kick ass people who made sure that we can vote, made sure that we can drive, make sure we can work, and, you know, that's, I guess you kind of grow up with all that, and, you think feminism, I guess it's, but feminism isn't the way it used to be. It really isn't. As a matter of fact, we really don't need feminism in America. In other countries, we do. There are like little 7-year-old girls that are going to be child brides. Like, okay, first of all, forcing someone to get married is really fucked up as it is, but yeah, in other countries, there are kids being forced to be child brides. So, yeah, we need feminism in other countries. In countries where where women are being forced to wear hijabs and they're beheaded. Like, there are women who are executed for refusing to accept somebody's marriage proposal. In those countries, you need feminism. Iran needs feminism. Let's see, Pakistan needs feminism. Countries where women are being forced against their will to wear hijabs. There's countries where women cannot vote or drive. They need feminism. We don't. People say that we still need feminism because women get raped and are victims of domestic violence. Men go through domestic violence too. But when they go through it, it's overlooked. Anyway, damn it. There you go. So, yeah. Don't say, oh, we need feminism because rape happens, because domestic violence happens. It happens to both genders. According to my research, it happens more often to women. Well, reported cases. But it happens to both genders. And if we are a victim of domestic violence, we get sympathy. We have all these battered women shelters. We are given so much sympathy and so much love and so many resources. Men don't have shit. They are having to sleep on a park bench. But we have cozy battered woman shelters. So I think it's awesome that we have those resources. I just think that we need more men's shelters for battered men too. So, that's my rant. And if anybody's offended by it, I don't give a shit. I mean, if you're a feminist and you were a feminist around 2013 to 2015, chances are you met me while I was a feminist. A lot of those women that I used to talk to that are still feminists, they tell me that I've changed. Yeah, well, change is good. People get older, they change, they grow. They get their head out of their ass. They do their research, they get smarter. So, like, comment, subscribe, and hope you had a Happy New Year.